All this week on Dateline Schools, we're talking about what it's taken to get our kids back to remote learning because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And to tell us all about it, my special guest is Kristin Day. She's the Education Technology Consultant at St. Clair County RESA. And what are some of the main skills that kids need to have to be successful learners online, not only with what we're doing right now because of the pandemic, but even going forward to future classes down the road?
Things like, so as crazy as it sounds, really things that are fundamental around having a place to do your schoolwork that's going to be limited in terms of distractions, just kind of planning out the time. The day could still be structured in a way where it's going to be, fit kind of your bell schedule. So, I mean, really, I think starting off in the morning and trying to maintain some of the routine that you were initially in, because if you kind of say, oh, I'll get to it, some of those things pile up. So I'd say to try to stick with some sort of routine, distraction-free environment, or limited distractions within your home, and just kind of knowing what supplies you need. Students were able to kind of have access to different platforms and whatnot. So, but that's a big thing too, of like, okay, how do I get logged into certain things and get the things that I need to do my schoolwork throughout the day? And I think then the other part is because teachers have done a really good job of having like daily schedules and communicating with their students. The only thing is that, inevitably, there may be some bumps in the road with certain students. So just kind of how students knowing how to get help when they get stuck, so they don't get frustrated and get to the point where it just seems too overwhelming. So just kind of knowing those kinds of things, what you need to do and how do you get help when you need it, because those things are going to happen.
Yep. Do you find that kids are pretty adaptive to this?
I think so. I find that, I mean, I'm sure that's not everything across the board. And a lot of times too, it's just about, when things are frustrating and are overwhelming, acknowledge that, feel the feelings, make a plan to move forward. Don't get kind of stuck in that rut. So I feel like, kids do hard things and they are resilient. And I have been, from stories I hear or things I observe in my own daughter, she's in kindergarten and she's doing virtual learning. And it's pretty amazing what even a 6-year-old can do.
Great. We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Hunt.